Money for you. Money for you. Money for you. You better come get a Beast Burger. I'm sorry for making you wait. Here's $100. Oh, thank you. You might want to give another 100. It's going to be a second. Chris said it'll be a second. Here's another 100. It's a burger and some money. All right. It's nice meeting you. Here you go. Enjoy. Dude, I don't have any burgers right now, but here's $100. Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. This is the car I bought. I bought that car this morning on an impulse to give away. And since you got sideswiped, I thought we might as well give it to you. Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, because I was just sitting there complaining about how I was going to get my car beat. Thank you.
No problem. Are you crying? Oh, she's going to make me cry.
I don't get nothing, like, for real. I work hard for everything I got. I don't get nothing handed to me.
Back in 2022, the whole MrBeast Burger empire was sitting on top of the world with over 2,000 spots across the globe, pulling in massive revenue every single year. But jump to 2025, and that once hyped franchise is basically a zombie brand walking around with no direction. The last few locations look like they're barely staying alive, and the company behind the project is now dragging MrBeast into a $100 million lawsuit. Almost every restaurant has been shut down, and there's only one real dine-in MrBeast Burger left, sitting inside a mall in New Jersey like a forgotten relic. This whole thing turned from a genius YouTube power move into a messy situation where people were begging, please stop serving this to humans. All in under 3 years. But to be fair, the start of this empire was wild. Back in December 2020, the world was locked down, restaurants were closing left and right, and then Jimmy drops a video titled, I opened a restaurant that pays you to eat at it. People were losing their minds as he handed out burgers with cash stuffed in bags. He's telling guests, sorry for the wait, while dropping $100 bills like it's nothing, and even giving out free iPads to random visitors. It was chaos in the best possible way, and everyone thought this was the start of something unstoppable.
MrBeast Burger, how many of them do you have?
Right now, we don't have any physical. We have 1,600 virtual restaurants.
So you order it online and then they deliver it?
Yeah, so like, let's say you own a mom and pop restaurant. You literally just sign up, go through the course, you learn how to make all the stuff on a menu, and you just order our ingredients and our packaging, and then you just flick it on Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and you can start taking orders, and we let you keep a majority of the revenue. So it's basically like, it's a win-win for restaurants, especially when COVID first hit. It was like huge for a lot of restaurants because I was pushing it really hard back then. And like some restaurants were literally laying off people, and then they started serving Beastburger, and some of them doing like 10 grand a week.
For struggling restaurants during lockdown, this setup was basically a quiet lifeline. They were suddenly getting extra orders flowing in. Beastburger got instant nationwide reach, and Jimmy looked like the hero who helped restaurants stay alive while selling millions of burgers. And at first, it really worked. The launch hit #1 on Twitter, fans overloaded delivery apps, and the chain reportedly pulled in over $100 million in revenue by 2022. On paper, it looked like the smartest YouTuber business move anyone had ever seen. But in reality, this is where the silent speed run into disaster started. Here's the real issue with ghost kitchens. You're not controlling MrBeast Burger, you're only controlling the vibes. And the vibes don't know how to cook meat at a safe temperature. Because Beast Burgers were being made in hundreds of completely different kitchens, the quality was a total gamble. Some people got okay food, sure, but others, let's just say their orders looked like they came straight out of a kitchen that had no idea what a real Beast Burger was supposed to be. Others weren't so lucky. They opened their delivery bags and found burgers that were literally raw in the middle. Some orders were missing half the ingredients, and the food looked nothing like the promo photos. Almost like someone tried to sketch a burger from memory instead of actually cooking one. People were posting wild complaints, showing meals that looked straight up unfinished. One customer said, it's December 19th and just ordered this, and it's 10:26 p.m. in Arizona. Ordered from the Valva Vista baseline location and got raw meat, and the picture they shared had everyone shocked. It looked like the kitchen didn't even try to fix it. You'd see TikToks of the Impossible Beast-style burger looking like some off-brand Krabby Patty from a PS2 game, all glitchy and sad. One customer even said they felt like they let their kids down after getting such disappointing food.
It's December 19th, and just ordered this, and it's 10:26 p.m. in Arizona. Ordered from the Val Vista baseline location, and got raw meat.
You'd see TikToks of the Impossible Beast-style burger that looks like a Krabby Patty mod from a PS2 game. One customer literally said they felt like they'd let
only to find out it was made in the back of a random 7-Eleven kitchen. That was the real issue. MrBeast might be the face of the brand, but the people actually cooking the food were anonymous line cooks stuck in the back, juggling 10 different virtual brands at the same time. You had creators like Eddie Burbank digging into these ghost kitchens and discovering that one single location was running dozens of fake restaurants out of one kitchen. Even health inspectors didn't know half these brands existed because there was no central system keeping track of how many ghost kitchens were operating or where they were popping up. So when people ordered Beastburger, they weren't getting some special MrBeast approved restaurant experience. They were getting whatever came out of whatever spare kitchen was available that night. Luckily, MrBeast actually noticed how bad things were getting.
I investigated secret ghost kitchens, starting off with Beastburger, which according to Google Maps runs ghost kitchens out of gas stations, Thai restaurants, and even Mexican restaurants. And it turns out this was semi-true, as they were slinging Beastburgers out of all these places, even inside of a Friendly's. After this, I had Tender Shack, which is a popular Uber Eats chicken spot, and it turns out they were just making these out of an Outback Steakhouse. Even crazier is that it was the same exact chicken as they were using in their kids' meal. Pardon My Cheesesteak was up next, which is a virtual kitchen owned by Barstool employees, and I saw that it was served out of IHOP, and I thought it would at least be a separate cheesesteak from IHOP's cheesesteak, but turns out to be the same exact thing. The conspiracy ran even deeper though, because It's Just Wings, a popular DoorDash restaurant, is just Chili's wings repackaged, and Conviction Chicken, a popular Uber Eats restaurant, is just Friday's wings repackaged. Even Chuck E. Cheese has a restaurant called Pasquale's Pizza that runs out of there, and spoiler alert, it's the same exact pizza as Chuck E. Cheese's. And the weirdest part of all of this is that none of the workers that I confronted seemed to have any clue that this was happening right under their noses in their very own restaurants' kitchens. Very strange.
Whenever people posted photos of those rough-looking burgers, Jimmy would jump in himself, apologize, and offer refunds. He even tightened the delivery radius in certain areas so the food wouldn't show up icy cold. But at the end of the day, he wasn't the one running those kitchens, and he was locked into a deal with virtual dining concepts. So public apologies were pretty much the only thing he could control. So they switched strategies and tried something new. Open one real, fully controlled restaurant. In 2022, MrBeast launched the first physical MrBeast Burger at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. And it was absolute chaos in the most dramatic way. Over 10,000 people showed up. The cops had to be called in, and the mall started handing out wristbands just to manage the massive crowd. Reporters were showing footage saying thousands of people crowded the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford for a restaurant opening. And it really looked like a full-blown event rather than a simple launch. Unlike the ghost kitchens, this physical spot actually had a real, consistent kitchen with staff trained specifically for the Beast menu. The branding was on point, the experience felt controlled, and the whole place looked like a true dine-in version of the brand instead of a random mystery meal landing at your door. And funny enough, that location is still open in 2025. Business Insider even reviewed it earlier this year, saying the food was solid, the experience was fun, and the whole restaurant felt like a big MrBeast themed playground. So yeah, whenever Beastburger was in a space fully controlled by the team, things actually turned out pretty good. But when it was spread across faceless ghost kitchens, you never knew what you were getting. Maybe a decent meal, or maybe a salmonella speed run. By mid-2023, it was obvious Jimmy had reached his limit. In June, a fan noticed his original Beastburger launch video had been quietly deleted and asked whether the whole brand was done. Jimmy replied that he was moving on to focus on Feastables instead, and he straight up said he couldn't guarantee the quality anymore because of the ghost kitchen structure. He even admitted he'd signed a bad deal.
Thousands of people crowded the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford for a restaurant opening.
YouTube star MrBeast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, has more than 100 million subscribers, and now he's got a burger joint, his first brick-and-mortar restaurant.
Until now, the burgers were made in ghost kitchens and could only be ordered on delivery services, so some fans traveled from far away for the big grand opening.
I am absolutely stunned by the amount of people that have traveled here from cross-country, out of the country, and some have never even tried one of these burgers.
And the company running everything wouldn't let him walk away, even though it was damaging his whole image. Those tweets disappeared fast, which already said everything without saying anything. Then in July, Jimmy went full nuclear mode and took virtual dining concepts to federal court. He accused them of serving food that was basically inedible, letting his reputation get dragged, chasing new locations instead of fixing quality, and even trademarking MrBeast to block him from earning money off his own brand. That's wild. The whole vibe was basically Jimmy saying, I gave you my face, my name, and my clout, and you turned it into a meme for bad food. And honestly, from a moral angle, he wasn't wrong. Most regular customers don't even understand what a ghost kitchen is. They just see the name Mr. Beast and assume he's behind every single step. So when people got sloppy meals, they blamed him directly, not the random kitchen tucked behind some strip mall convenience store. People just saw MrBeast Burger, got a cold, sad sandwich, and assumed Jimmy personally served them trash. But then, the ultimate plot twist hit. A week later, Virtual Dining Concepts slapped him with a $100 million countersuit. They claimed that Jimmy's public complaints were defaming their company. Sure, most reviews were minor, but his tweets made them go viral and grabbed way more attention than they deserved. Their argument that he was trying to bully his way out of the contract when he didn't get more ownership, and that the only greedy one here was Jimmy for walking away from a business that was still making bank. So now you got this insane scenario. Mr. Beast is suing over a brand he created, but the company he partnered with is suing back for defamation, all while the chain slowly collapses under its own chaos. It's a legal mess that makes the fall of Beastburger feel almost cinematic. The company running Beastburger is now suing to keep using Jimmy's name and squeeze every last dollar out of it. Meanwhile, fans are still ordering burgers thinking it's a wholesome Mr. Beast project, completely unaware that behind the scenes, it's just lawyers throwing legal punches at each other. As of 2024 to 2025, this legal nightmare is still hanging over the brand. Beastburger is technically still being operated by Virtual Dining Concepts, even though Mr. Beast has publicly moved on and basically wants the whole thing erased from existence. While all of this chaos was unfolding, the ghost kitchen industry itself started collapsing. The same Business Insider report that covered Beastburger also pointed out that tons of virtual brands were quietly shutting down. Customers were tired of getting low-effort, low-quality meals from mystery kitchens, and health inspectors were struggling to even keep track of what was operating where. Virtual Dining Concepts is desperately clinging to Mr. Beast as one of their last big names, but it's a bit like FaZe Clan in Greece. The name is still out there, but the people behind it are embarrassed to be associated. So by 2025, Beastburger isn't just struggling, it's basically dead. Once a revolutionary YouTuber stunt that seemed unstoppable, it's now a cautionary tale of ghost kitchens, legal battles, and what happens when viral hype meets real-world chaos. A couple of virtual kitchens are still left open, only one real location survives, and Mr. Beast is currently locked in a $100 million lawsuit in court. Long story short, Beastburger is dead, and it was a massive failure. The brand prioritized rapid growth and the number of locations over quality and trust, and it came back to bite them hard. So that's the wild, satisfying fall of MrBeast Beastburger. Have you tried it? Would you ever try it? Do you think it was a total failure? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more crazy celebrity and food stories.